So today I am going to be giving a monologue for my theater class, and it is based on the view of Peter. So I will be talking as if I'm Peter, and Peter is talking to other people that he kind of needs some advice from. Okay, so here we go. What's the biggest mistake of your life? 5 years ago, I wouldn't have had to think very much about that. You see, I didn't make too many mistakes. I'm a fisherman, so we lose control of our tempers and our mouths, but that's about the worst I had ever done a few years ago. Now, I'm a liar and a backstabber. My mouth drips with the evilness of deceit. I wake up every morning with the same nauseating guilt and unrelenting burden. I choke on the bile each day when I hear the scream of the roosters. A few years ago, my life was completely different. I would get up every black, starry night after getting some rest in the evenings and head out to the stormy sea. I climbed into my boat with Andrew and our fishing equipment on board. Every night we would throw our engulfing nets into the dark water and see what we caught. It was simple, really. We'd throw out the nets and pull up the nets. Afterwards, me and my brother took the fish to the packed market to sell. That's what my days always looked like. Until one day, a while back now, a man told me to throw my net back in the water after having caught no fish in that exact same place. I was a bit concerned doing this because it seemed like a ruse. A few months ago, Thomas had a similar incident that ended with him getting shoved into the water. But after a bit of discussion, I agreed and pulled up so many fish our miniature boat almost capsized. Then this mysterious man told us to leave behind our jobs and follow him. And we did. We both followed him along with 10 others, but no one did it as excellently and as poorly as me. You see, I gave 100% of myself into learning his ways and developing a brotherhood with him. We quickly found out how amazing and miraculous he was. He revives the dead, brought sight to the blind, and even had me walk on water. But I doubted him, and not just once. He told me that I'd end up denying him 3 times before the rooster crowed. But I swore I never would. But not too long ago, that's exactly what I did while the smoky fire permeated the air. He was ready to be crucified, and I denied knowing who he even was. So what do I do now? He was right, but then again, I suppose he always is. I denied his name. How could he love me in such an all-consuming way and pour his warm soul into me every day when he knew what I'd do? I try to forgive myself. I want to forgive myself because that's what he'd want. He asked us to forgive others, so I think he'd want us to forgive ourselves too. At least I hope so. I don't deserve forgiveness, but would he want me to accept it? I suppose I have to go on. I have to forgive myself. I feel an overwhelming sickness every morning for what I've done, but he would want me to move on. I wish every day that I could talk to him one last time. But I saw him, my brother of sorts, my teacher, up there on the cross. There was no secretly surviving. I wish I could have a sign, just a bit of closure to know that I can be forgiven for the atrocious things I've done. But that's the journey. Sometimes we don't get closure. Sometimes we don't get to ask what we wanted. That's life. We say and do things that we wish more than anything we could take back. I've done it too many times to count. Denying Jesus and ignoring his power? Not anymore. He's gone now, and I can't bring him back. But his name still has power. I will spread what I've learned, what he's taught me, and I will feed the poor and heal the sick. In his name, I will ask forgiveness from the Father every day. I used to think that denying Jesus was my biggest mistake, but it just brought glory to his name. It taught me to live out my faith. Besides, there's nothing I could ever do to mess up his plans. My biggest mistake wasn't doubting or lying. It was refusing to forgive myself.